Hi Year 4, happy Wednesday. Today, this comprehension video is going to be for the children who have the Year 4 comprehension book, okay? So, first thing that I will do today is open up my book and I'm going to look for the page that Aesop's Fables is going to be on, okay? So it's a piece of fiction work written by Aesop and it is on page 6. So using your contents page to help you, please turn to page 6. So I will read very briefly a little bit of information about what Aesop's Fables is about. Okay, so Aesop's Fables are a collection of short stories said to have been told by Aesop, a slave in ancient Greece. These stories have been passed down for generations, and each one contains a message known as a moral. So that's something that teaches the reader a lesson about how to live their life. Okay, so you've actually got two fables in your book that we're going to be looking at today in 7 questions. So your first fable is The Fox and the Stork, and your second fable is called The Fox and the Cow. Okay, so I aren't going to read them with you because I know that you are fabulous at reading on your own in silent reading when we do it in guided reading. So you're going to take your time, read through them at least twice, please, Year 4, to get the full understanding of the text. If there are any words that you are unsure about, you know what you need to do. Grab yourself a highlighter, a pen, pencil, anything to help you to pick out the words that you are stuck on, okay? So you're going to pick them out after you've read through the first time, try and find out what they mean. Remember, you can use an adult to help you, you can look online, you might have a dictionary at home that you can use. So please try your best to figure out what they mean. If you are stuck, feel free to send us an email. So the next thing that I would do after reading and highlighting is I would have a look at the line numbers. Okay, now because they are two separate texts, you have to number them individually. Okay, so they won't all go up to one big number because they're two separate texts, they both start at 1. Okay, so I would very quickly write the numbers on my page to help me. Again, this is your book, so you do what you need to do that helps you. Okay, so I've written the line numbers on The Fox and the Stork just to help me. You'll be doing it for The Fox and the Cow as well, and then that will help you then when you have a question that wants you to look at a certain line. You can find the number and that's the line that you'll be looking at. Okay, so number 1, in your own words, explain why the fox invites the stork round for dinner in The Fox and the Stork. So it says in your own words, so that means you need to take the words from the text. Instead of copying them down, you're going to write them in a sentence of your own. Okay, so you need to find where the fox invites the stork. Okay, and why? Why is it that the fox wanted to invite the stork? It'll be at the start of the text, okay? So you need to read very carefully and to find what it is or why it is the fox has invited stork over, okay? Number 2, why doesn't the stork get angry when the fox plays a trick on him? So again, you're going to find where it says the word trick. Now I can see already on page 9 that it says the hungry stork was much displeased at the trick. Okay, so it says he was displeased, but he wasn't angry. Okay, and it's in that sentence that tells you why he doesn't get angry. So the answer isn't that he was displeased. It's looking for you. The question wants you to look why he didn't get angry. Okay, so there will be a reason why. Okay, so it says the hungry stork was much displeased at the trick, but he was a calm, even-tempered fellow and saw no good in flying into a rage. So straight away it says there that the stork doesn't actually see the point in getting angry. Okay, so if you need to, underline the answers to make it easier for you, because this text is for you to write on. Okay, so don't be scared about ruining it because it's your book. Okay, it's for you to work in. Question 3, How does the stork teach the fox a lesson in The Fox and the Stork? So again, we're still looking at that first text in question 3. So you're going to find what the stork does in order for the fox to learn from playing tricks on the stork, because it's not very nice to play tricks on people, and it's only a joke. It's only funny when everyone else is laughing, isn't it? If it's just one person, then that's very silly. So you need to read that text to find what he does. Now, it is worth 2 marks. There are 3 lines, so I don't expect to see just a couple of words. I want to see some sentences, okay? I want to see why he's done it and how, okay? And I want you to explain for me, okay, year 4? Question 4 says, what does the word sly mean in line 7 of The Fox and the Crow? What is the fox doing that is sly? Okay, so you need to find the word sly on line 7. So I would go down to line 7 and I would highlight where the word sly appears. So it says sly Master Fox. And what I would do is I would read all of line 7 and line 8 to see what is meant by the word sly. What is it that the fox has done that makes him sly? So it's something that's not very nice, a little bit evil, okay? Question 5. Why do you think the crow forgot all her suspicion? So that's telling you that it's on line 17. So it says, why do you think the crow forgot all her suspicion about the fox? So I'll go down to line 17 and I would highlight that sentence, okay? It says, listening to these flattering words, the crow forgot all her suspicion and also her breakfast, okay? So it actually gives you the answer at the start of that sentence about what the fox has done to make the crow forget about why she doesn't quite trust the fox, because suspicion, or the word suspicious, means that you don't trust someone. You think they're a little bit evil or a little bit sly, something's not quite right, they don't behave the standard as what we would expect you to behave for sand and rock, okay? So have a think, why might she have forgotten? Number 6, a moral is a lesson that can be learnt from a story. What do you think the moral is of The Fox and the Crow? So, you need to read all of The Fox and the Crow in order to understand what the lesson is. Okay, so I would read it very carefully and I would perhaps have a chat with someone at home about what you think. Okay, so a moral is something that you can learn from. So I had to get someone to drop me off at school this morning because I didn't go out in my car over Christmas. Okay, so that meant my car wouldn't start because I just left it sitting on the road. I didn't go out to check that it would work. And the moral of the story is that I should have gone out to check that I could drive my car to get to school. Okay, so that is the moral of the story. Miss Prince didn't check when she should have. Okay, so you're going to have a look to see what the moral is for The Fox and the Crow. Okay, so what is the lesson that you can learn from that story after reading it? Okay, and number 7 links to both The Fox and the Stork and The Fox and the Crow. It says, why do you think a fox was chosen for both fables? So fables is another word for story, like we read at the start. Why has Aesop used a fox? What do we know about foxes after reading those 2 texts? What has Aesop said they are? Now, he has described them both in very similar ways. So have a look and see if you can pick out any key words that refer to the fox behaving in a certain way, which makes the reader think about why Aesop chose to use a fox as the character in both of the fables, okay? Now, as always, year 4, you will be getting really good at doing this now because we're on day 3 of home learning and you've already had to submit 6 pieces of work already, and you'll also be submitting another 3 today, so that'll be 9 pieces. You are to take a photograph of your work and send it to us on the year 4 email. Now, if I were you, I'd wait until you've done all pieces of your work and then send them in on one email, just so then we can see straight away that you've sent all 3 pieces in for that day. Okay, so that's your handwriting, your maths, and your comprehension. Now, there are challenges being set on Marvellous Me. There is a battle going on at the moment for TT Rockstars, I think, and you've also got your Edgehead spellings that you should be practicing. So please send your photos through to us so we can mark them, give you some feedback, and we can see that you're doing the work at home as well, because it's really nice to see that you're getting the work done. Okay, and it's great to see that you're doing work at home. Okay, and we love to see what you've been getting up to. So if you've done anything extra, so if you've perhaps helped cook tea, or you've gone on a walk and you'd like to talk about it, you've also got your spelling book. So if there's anything that you'd like to do in addition to all the other work that you've been set, that's fantastic. You could practice your spellings in there. You could do spelling spiral, pyramid spellings. You could write a short story. You could write your own fable from today if that's what you want to do. And we'd love to see what it is that you've been getting up to. Okay, it's great to hear from you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to send us an email, and we will be sending Marvellous Me's out for work that gets done. Okay, so have a fantastic Wednesday, Year 4, and I will see you on Friday for your comprehension text. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye.